What is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Trash Talk Podcast. I'm Alex, sitting here with JJ. Last Trash Talk Podcast for the year.
Yeah, and as opposed to other forms of media like television, we actually do our year recap at the end of the year and not in November.
Exactly. We don't do it in the middle of November, we do it at the end of the year. Wait just a day. First topic is going to be recapping the year, events that happened, people who died, so we're going to honor some people. We're going to honor people, of course, who died this year. I'm going to shout out some names here, drop some names, and recap the year of 2018. Then later we're going to get into our own personal history in terms of channel stuff.
Yes.
Because that's the only history that matters in the cruel world of the national white interwebs.
Well, to be fair, it's probably also way more interesting than what happened in our personal lives this year.
Nothing interesting happened in my personal life, I can tell that. The most interesting thing that happened in my personal life is that I did YouTube. And that is the truth. Is it sad or not sad? I don't care. That's everyone's individual judgment. That's the most interesting thing that happened in my personal life.
My car broke down, and I got it repaired.
That happened like last week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which was this year.
Okay, we have bad lives, but let's get into the year recap, though. So, any important events? You wanna debate 2018 almost in the books? I think the most notable one is that 2018 was like the fastest year ever or something.
Yeah, I was about to say there's not a lot that happened.
I think that I wouldn't buy that there were more than like 200 days this year. That's how it feels. There's not a lot that happened.
Yeah,
like, comparatively speaking, not a lot of stuff went down this year. What even happened? Like, it's kind of, the year comes and it goes and nothing happened.
The US tried to censor the internet.
Oh, right.
But I think that's still an ongoing issue.
Yeah, internet censorship, right. That's a problem. Stand up for your internet, guys. Other than that, not much. You want to shout out some people?
Yeah, let's shout out some people.
You have a list? You want me to
I think
start?
you have a list.
I do have a list of a couple of screenshots. If I were to ask you, before you did research, who died in 2018? Who was the first guy you would have kind of dropped there?
Well, Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, because
the advantage is that it happened somewhat recently.
All right, so Stan Lee, I wouldn't even have been aware of if you hadn't mentioned it on a former podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm subscribed to multiple comic book YouTube channels. Like, it's like literally the day he died, like the first videos came up, and I think I might have actually heard it on the news even before then.
Really? He was like that famous? Like, I saw it on Reddit everywhere. I was like, was the guy that famous? Sometimes it happens when someone dies and everyone's talking about it. I'm like, was he really that popular? Was he?
Well, he basically is one of the people that made the entire like superhero genre and comic book industry the way it is today.
All right.
Like, he's one of the writers for, and also creator for a lot of famous characters like the X-Men, Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, like, and even some of those characters might not be that popular today, like the Fantastic Four, because they got some movies and all of them were shit.
Alright.
So,
which I'm assuming is not his fault?
No, of course not. But those, for example, also would then go on to later inspire other characters that maybe are more important today. Because the Fantastic Four, for example, I think were kind of when the superhero genre returned. That's like with the Fantastic Four, when they became popular again.
Alright. This very clearly shows to me, by the way, that the importance of certain people's deaths is very individual. To you, that's more of a big deal because you're in the matter, right?
Yeah, I think that is one of the two most important celebrity deaths in 2018 for me.
Okay, so if you had asked me the same question, name the one person that you remember died, I would have said Dwight Clark. And I don't think you know who Dwight Clark is.
Was.
Dwight Clark was a tight end for the San Francisco 49ers in the 1980s, known for making the most famous play in the history of the NFL, called The Catch. You might have heard of it.
I think people catch...
It's this phone wallpaper. Okay. That's the guy. I have it as my phone wallpaper, unsurprisingly. The guy in red.
Yes, I figured.
That's the guy.
He's the one that's catching the ball.
He made the catch, and that was in the NFC Championship game against the Dallas Cowboys. which they ended up winning in the last second thanks to this touchdown.
So he caught a ball.
He caught a ball, and the 49ers went to their first Super Bowl and started their dynasty because of it.
Okay.
And I think he's also a Hall of Famer or something. He was really, really good. And yeah, that would be the one guy that I definitely would have called out first, as of, knowing that he died in 2018. Another one would have been probably George Bush, the old Bush guy.
Yes, fair enough.
Because it also was somewhat recently.
That was somewhat recent, yeah.
And I knew that he was somehow still alive.
Honestly,
so, yeah.
That's one that doesn't affect me that much.
No, because he he was president at one point, but
yeah.
Like, presently, it doesn't affect that he didn't do much anymore. But again, no, we're not trying to disrespect people here. We're just saying, he died this year, so we're gonna mention the name. There's some other people written down. Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Remember that? I think it was also early this year. Somewhat early.
I actually don't remember hearing about that at all.
No, actually, it was in August. You don't?
Like, I just know that when we looked at some lists, like, before we started this, that she was on there. I don't think I've heard
I definitely knew that she died. It was actually in August. The Queen of Soul. I mean, I've heard it as personally on Twitter or somewhere mentioned somewhere, but some people, it just goes over your head. You don't even know.
Yeah.
Kofi Annan. Have you heard of the guy?
No.
I actually didn't know he died either. I looked it up, and he was I think the president of the United Nations for a while, of the UN.
Okay.
He was an African and like special. Served as the UN Secretary General from 1997 to 2006. So, already been a while. But I definitely did know the name. He also won a Nobel Peace Prize sometime.
Yeah, I'm really not that into politics.
So I heard the name. I couldn't have told you if he was alive or dead. He died this year I can tell you exactly when. The date doesn't show up. John McCain.
I've heard about that.
He was almost barely president one time. He was running against Obama in 2008. Yes, 2008 it was. He was also a soldier in the Vietnam War and got captured. Was a prisoner of war, and then he survived it.
Yes.
That's what happened with John McCain. He died this year. He was 81. I mean, that's not even that bad.
Yeah, no.
That's actually decent. Okay.
You know who died at an impressive age as well?
Nancy Sinatra, was it?
Nancy Sinatra Senior, the first wife of Frank Sinatra.
Like the original OG Frank Sinatra, like the old school, back in the day Frank Sinatra. 102, right?
101.
101, that's a lot. Listen, if your age is 3 digits, you've done something correctly.
Yes.
I don't know, but that's impressive. Paul Allen, co-founder of Microsoft, owner of the Seattle Seahawks and the Portland Trail Blazers. Actually, I've
never heard of the Portland Trail Blazers in my life.
You've heard of the Seattle Seahawks,
yes,
though, aka the Rain City Bitch Pigeons. No offense, but yeah, he is a co-founder of Microsoft as well. He was only 65. Doesn't say what he died of, but I definitely heard it. It was typically when an owner of an NFL team dies, it's on NFL.com in the news. Which is also how I know that the next guy, Bob McNair, owner of the Houston Texans, also died this year.
Okay.
People's owners be dying. Also talk about...
You just said people's owners.
Franchises owners. Also, I think John York, brother of...
I'm pretty sure most people that owned people are now dead.
Yeah, hopefully. Brother of Jed York, owner of the 49ers, died this year, like a few weeks ago. And he was actually like in his mid-30s or something. These are pretty young. I don't know exactly what happened.
See, that's far more tragic than when people die at like age 101.
If 101, like, come on, man. You've done enough. Like, you've won already at life. But yeah, 30s, that's a bit weird. So Bob McNair, I already mentioned, he was 81 as well. That's fair enough. Steven Hillenburg. Steven Hillenburg is one that at the first moment I was like, oh shit, that's not good. Like, that's not good. Because what happens with the show, right? He was only 57 as well. Do you know the guy?
Well, I have heard after he died. I've heard that he did something on SpongeBob. Like
he's the creator of SpongeBob. Yeah,
but I think he hasn't done anything with the show in years, anyways.
Steven Hillenburg would have been the second guy after Dwight Clark if you'd asked me. Probably, who would I know? But that's again.
I've never liked the show.
I love the show, man. Why did you not like the show?
I don't know. It just never found it that funny.
What?
Which is kind of the whole appeal in theory.
It's not just about being funny. It's just a really good show. But yeah, he died of ALS, as did Dwight Clark as well.
Yeah, that's not a fun way to die.
Yeah, that's some nerve disease, right?
Yes.
I've heard of that. That's when people started, like a few years back, when people started pouring water over themselves.
Yes, exactly.
Well, because that obviously does something. I don't know.
Well, I think the idea was that
it was donation.
You get
time.
challenged to it, and then you have to either do the ice bucket thing or donate.
Right.
And then you can also challenge more people.
Yeah, it was like a raise awareness sort of stuff.
Yeah, but mostly people just doing the ice bucket thing because it was popular and it got them attention.
It's like, oh yeah, do something on social media, I think so. But yeah, not taking away.
People also put themselves on fire a few years ago for no reason.
Sure.
They just did it.
Eat Tide Pods.
Yeah.
Sort of stuff.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, Steven Hillenburg, important character. I hope the show continues. See what they can do with that.
Again, I think he hasn't been on the show for a while.
No, he hasn't been on the show, but he's the creative mind behind the show, right? It's created by Steven Hillenburg. He's not I think he's a writer, but important guy. He also originally, actually, you know that I wanted to use it as a fact of the week at one point, that he was actually originally a marine biologist.
I think I've heard that as well.
That was his first profession.
Yeah, have you maybe used that as a fact of the week before?
I don't think so. Not sure. That is a somewhat common fact, but he's not actually a cartoonist. He's a marine biologist, which makes sense to then have a cartoon about marine.
Yes, except that cartoon is very inaccurate regarding pretty much anything relating to marine biology.
Sure? Are you sure? There's a lot of marine animals in that cartoon. I will defend that vehemently. I don't know what your problem. There's a crab selling burgers made out of what the name suggests, crab.
Yes.
Cannibalism, industrialized. I don't know. Stephen Hawking.
Yes.
Actually forgot about him when we thought about because that was actually pretty early. That was like in March. So you don't necessarily remember people who die early in the year. You don't at the end of the year. You don't even remember when exactly they died. It might have been last year, but it was 2018. 76, also decently old enough. Smart dude.
Yes.
A kind of smart guy. Yeah. Stephen Hawking. I guess one of the more important ones. It's
arguably one of the most important ones, because if you're talking about entertainers and athletes, it kind of sucks, but it's not like they're doing anything important.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Theoretical physicist? A bit more important.
Yeah, a bit more important. Don't want these guys to die. But hey, I mean, he was pretty old already.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. Do you have anyone else to mention?
I don't think so. I mean, I also looked at a list quickly, and I don't think there was anyone. I mean, Burt Reynolds died. That's a famous name, but it's not like I've got any relation with that.
Yeah, there's some famous names. But the thing is, it wasn't even that bad of a year in that terms, right?
No, it wasn't. The last 2 years were really bad.
Like, specifically 2017, I remember we had a lot of people.
Yep, I think everyone was like, oh, 2016, the big year of celebrity death, and then it just kept going in 2017.
Yeah.
I think it was those 2 years.
Yeah, 2018 wasn't that bad.
No, it really wasn't.
It's not, like, comparatively speaking, not a lot of people that I, at least, would have known or considered that substantial, which I guess is good.
Yes.
But it's all just coincidence anyway, so maybe in 2019 that'll be different again.
Well, I mean, you could make an argument that it's not just coincidence based on, like, when there's more celebrities versus, then how old they are and that kind of stuff, but of course.
Yes. So,
at the end of the day, it's mostly chance.
Yeah, exactly. But 101 is pretty impressive.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty good. Have you ever heard of Avicii, the DJ dude?
Yes.
Musician guy. He also died, I think, very early in the year. I think, like, literally in the very beginning of the year or something.
That was this year, okay.
That was this year. And he was also like 20.
Been certain,
He was like 26 or something, so he was also pretty young.
I know that it was a big deal right when it happened.
Yeah. People compared it to, like, Kurt Cobain or something.
Yeah, it's not my type of music.
It's also not my type of music, but I get that in the community.
That being Avicii, not Nirvana. Nirvana's great.
Nirvana's Kurt, pretty good. But I would agree with that. But I can understand that in that community, that is a big deal.
I mean, of course, I can understand that it's a big deal, especially if someone dies at that young of an age. I just personally don't associate with the comparison because, of course, that's kind of a different caliber to me.
And 2 NFL owners and the brother of one.
Yeah.
Tough break. I think he's his brother. Yeah, he is his brother. That also happened just like last week or a week or 2 weeks ago, so not that long ago. But yeah, that's the people. I mean, it's kind of good that this topic is short, I suppose.
Well, I mean, theoretically, this topic would also talk about monumental things that happened this year. So there
wasn't that many, though.
But the thing is, there could be positive things in this topic.
Yeah, there could be positive things.
Just that this year just kind of happened.
It felt like it. That's just I can't remember a specific headline from this year.
I wouldn't put it past us that something important happened and we just completely forgot about it.
Without having done research, I can Google up like events of 2018, but without having done research, there wasn't that outstanding event that immediately pops into my mind. You know.
I know what you're saying. I mean, of course, there's a few things that happen either every year or every few years, like regularly, like events.
Or remember the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, of course. But, I mean, there's a Super Bowl every year. You know, there's a football World Cup, soccer World Cup every, 4 years? Yeah, that's how it works.
Probably.
And, you know, that kind of stuff is like, of course, that kind of stuff happens, but it's not, surprising.
But it was the highest scoring Super Bowl ever. It was, well, this is more of a personal thing again, but your first Super Bowl you ever watched.
Yes. That is true.
I'm gonna Google big events in big world events in 2018.
Yeah. You could probably just literally look for a year recap, because, as I said, most people do them way early anyways.
Yeah. Oh, there was a royal wedding. Who gives a fuck?
Oh yeah, right. That was a thing that happened.
I'm
sure. Those also happen somewhat regularly.
Yeah, they be getting. I don't care about. I don't
yeah, no.
Shit. Get rid of the monarchy.
Monarchy's bullshit. Yeah,
terrible. There's some.
I think we actually have a decent-ish amount of British viewers. I'm not sure how their stance on monarchy is.
Get rid of that bullcrap.
I think it was like 17% or something.
I hardly disagree. I hardly reject calling Great Britain a democracy as long as that's the House of Lords and the royal family is going on. So I'm not having it, and I'm not compromising on that stuff. But I'm not trying to be too negative. Yeah, really, even the internet doesn't know that many events that happened in 2018. So if we're missing anything terrible, I'm not sure if this is a good or a bad thing these days. Not a lot of stuff happening.
Well, I guess you would have to think that most things that happen are negative.
Exactly. At least that's how you perceive it.
But theoretically, more good things happening would still be good. As a matter of fact, it would be wonderful.
Yeah, of course. The more good things happen, the better. I mean, that's kind of implied. But, I guess there was a soccer world championship or something.
Yes.
And there was a voting in Iraq and a voting in Venezuela. And, that sort of stuff. The end of the Castro era, okay? There was Winter Olympics.
Wow, Winter Olympics.
Yeah, nothing I care about at all.
Yeah.
2018 was a boring year. Jesus Christ, what happened?
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, though.
No, not really.
It gives people more time to watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up, actually. I spent a lot of 2018, like substantial amount of 2018, doing something related to YouTube. Editing, recording, researching.
Like, the last few months I spent a lot of time on college stuff.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
Which sucks.
Yes, that is true. Like, I did that early.
The thing is, it's not even that I necessarily dislike the stuff we're doing. It's just the amount of work I have to put into it right now.
I had early in the year I had a lot more than I do now. So for me, it's kind of the other way around. So right now it's a bit more relaxed. Early in the year it was pretty tough for me as well. But then like a lot of YouTube stuff. Actually, I should have accumulated about the time that I spent on YouTube. I should do that for next year. Just like see what percentage of my entire time I actually do. I hit Legend for the first time in Hearthstone.
That's a monumental event.
In 2018, that's a monumental event. Beat the Lich King. Cleared the Monster Hunt. Cleared the puzzle labs. Did I tell you that? I cleared the puzzle labs.
Okay.
At home because we didn't continue it on the channel.
Oh yeah, I guess I should finish mine too.
Yeah. In the end it gets tough. Like, when you gotta do that, take a full day to clear those last 5 sections.
Okay.
Take a full day. They get tough. I'm telling you, they're not easy. But yeah, you should do that. So that's already more of kind of the personal thing, which is more for the second topic. So how about we get into the halftime show?
Yes, how about? And so...
Let's be a bit more positive about this now.
2 weeks ago, we talked about songs that we discovered or rediscovered in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And so
we were actually ranking our top 10 songs of the year.
Yes.
Go check that out.
And we thought it would be sensible to create a song versus based on that idea. But of course, because we did already make the lists, a lot of the matchups are basically already clear.
We evaluated all the 2018 songs.
So I thought it would be clever to just compare 2018 songs, not released, but you know, when that we found in 2018, with songs that we found at different times.
Yep.
Which is to say before 2018, because there has not been any post 2018 yet.
Yeah, it's true.
So, the first one is Wish You Were Here by the Rednecks, obviously.
I'll take that one, thank you.
Because 2018?
Because I gotta go Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, and I already said...
no, because I already knew what you were gonna say to that.
I thought you were gonna
So the second one, actually, by a person that we name-dropped before, it's Come As You Are by Nirvana.
Oh, damn. Well, Wish You Were Here, obviously. I don't even like Come As You Are. I only have one Nirvana song. I've had one Nirvana song for years, and never added the second one. Yeah.
I still think that Come As You Are is better than Smells Teen Spirit, but that's a whole different point. I also think
Teen Spirit is an all-time great song.
I mean, okay, some of the parallels in here are weak to virtually non-existent, but I thought this one was kind of clever.
Which one is
Wish You Were Here and Come As You Are.
Is that...
Because...
I'm not sure.
The first one's talking about how I wished you were here, and the second one's just like, come over now, for Christ's sake.
It's like kind of elevation there. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, the second pairing is Two Friends versus Road Movie to Berlin.
Alright. Never thought I'd pick Friends over Germany, but in this case, I'm gonna have to. It's a better song. Even though I like Road Movie to Berlin.
I mean, I'm gonna agree with that. I personally also actually like Road Movie to Berlin somewhat.
Yeah.
It is definitely the best There Might Be Giants song.
No, I don't know.
Mostly because all of the other songs are kind of bullshit.
I do not agree with that. There Might Be Giants is a transcendental band, Loki, and High Key as well.
The third matchup, and here's where it gets metal.
Oh, crap. Alright.
Is The Last Stand by Sabaton versus Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
This is a tough one. This is really just new hype versus old school legendariness. I like both.
I too do like both.
This is a tough call. I'm just gonna take The Last Stand. It's not this opinion is not gonna stand for years, of course. So I'm just saying.
I think I'm gonna go with Iron Man.
All right, yeah, that's
but
fair.
it is a close matchup.
Yeah,
for
sure.
The next one, Julia Dream versus Ruby Red. The only connection there being female names, in case you were wondering.
What to say?
I told you that the connections are flimsy at best.
Yes, that you could have put 20 other songs in that spot. That's also a good one. I think I'll give it to Ruby Red by just a slight bit, but I like both songs.
Once again, I'm going to disagree.
All right, you're picking Julia Dream. You really high on Julia Dream?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to hate on that. That's actually one that I appreciate you liking. That's cool.
You Can't Hurry Love by Phil Collins.
Philip.
Versus Highway to Hell by AC/DC.
Give me the connection.
Well, I was thinking you'd go kind of fast on a highway, I guess.
Depends.
Okay, there is no real connection, okay?
Maybe the connection is with hell and love. I don't know. Like, once you get married, word on the street has it, whatever.
I told you that there doesn't have to necessarily be good connections here.
Exactly. All right. Let me have a think about this.
Mandatory marriage jokes aside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, while we still can.
Bold prediction. JJ will get married in 2019. We should do bold predictions for each other in 2019. We could do it next week.
I feel like that's not gonna happen.
Just bold predictions. You getting married?
Yes.
Why not?
Certainly not in 2019.
Alright, I'm definitely deviating from the point. Give me Highway to Hell, man. It's close.
I think I'm gonna once again disagree.
That's close.
So, what else do we have? Oh, how about Shadow on the Wall by Mike Oldfield, that's actually the second one from him that I have here, versus Moonlight Shadow.
Shadow on the Wall. I think so. I think Shadow on the Wall.
I think so too.
It's close.
Yeah.
I like both. Again, it's a lot of those I would call draws actually. But yeah, those not to call. Actually, that's one of the better song verses you had so far because they're all close.
And lastly, already, I don't have that many this time around because I want to only have the interesting ones, and there wasn't that many. Sister Golden Hair, which you like a lot, versus Heart of Gold.
Sister Golden Hair, easiest one. Easiest one.
That actually already gets us to the facts of the week.
I would argue you disagree, probably.
I still haven't formed enough of an opinion on Sister Golden Hair to really.
So it's closer. I don't know. Well, I mean, Heart of Gold is of course a good song and all that, but like personally,
we're breezing through this podcast so far.
Yeah, breeze.
Yes.
Yeah, like a breeze, like Drew Breeze.
Can't appreciate that guy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a Saints fan, if you think so. Facts of the week.
Yes.
There's weekly facts. Would you like to announce your fact of this week? The last week.
Okay.
And isn't that by a fact of the year? Not really, right?
No.
That would be more pompous than the weird facts we probably have.
So, this podcast being all about 2018, I want to point out that, and we're going to talk about TrashcanTV in 2018 a bit more later, but that TrashcanTV's 3 most successful videos are from 2017.
Yeah.
And also, 8 out of our top 10 most popular videos are from 2017.
Really? Even though I would argue in total 2018 hasn't been a better year. Because it's been a full year, of course. But yeah, I can see that.
Like, literally, 80% of our top 10 videos are from the first year we made YouTube videos, which was only half a year.
Yeah. That means those have been the longest. Those have been online the longest. So they have the longest time of exposure.
So I must say, on one hand, I suppose that's kind of a good thing because that says that we apparently made solid content from the get-go.
Yes.
On the other hand, that kind of disappoints me because we have definitely been improving. I would argue in virtually all aspects.
Getting a lot better.
And
I would agree.
It kind of bugs me that kind of what represents us almost is like the stupid bullshit we did over a year ago.
The old school stuff. I mean, we got big stuff for 2019 coming up, though.
Yeah, but, people always will pay more attention to the old stuff for some reason. And, again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch the old stuff, but Jesus Christ, watch some of the newer stuff.
I'd still argue, though, it's been up for longer, and I think once 2019 is done, we might as well have a stat where more highly watched videos from 2018 than 2019 or something like that.
But the thing is, right, the drop-off in the top 10 and top 20 and stuff is still very steep as well. So it's not like the second most watched video. Well, I think the first are actually somewhat close together. But so the top 3 I think are way higher than the other next 7 in the top 10. I think those might together have about the same value.
Oh, that's quite a bit.
I don't quote me on that.
There's like an effect for that, in any given group the second appears half as often as the first, and the third appears the third as often.
It's not quite that.
There's a Vsauce video on that.
Because I think we have 12k views on the Grand Apocalypse #2 and 10k on the Golden Packs or something along those lines. All of those numbers I'm just making up right now. I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but it should be somewhere around there.
It's the fact of the week. Actually,
the 80% part, I of course look up.
Okay. Here's my fact of the week. Actually, question of the week. How many? Give me a guess. How many words in the English language end with the letters MT? So M and T are the last 2 letters of the word. How many words are there in the English language? Just drop a broad guess, whatever.
From the top of my head, I for some reason can't think of any right now, which is Probably just because I'm not good at come up with that stuff. Let's just say 100?
It's 1.
It's 1, okay.
Yeah.
That explains why I can't come up with it.
And now for the rest of the podcast, you're going to figure it out. No, it's dreamt.
Okay.
As in, you know, the past form of dream. To dream, I dreamt.
Okay.
That's the only word in the English language that ends on the letters MT.
Is that true?
That's a fact. You're invited to come up with other ones. Maybe think about it in your spare time. Maybe let that keep you awake all day or something. Or all night, better yet. We have a second topic, though, while you're frying your brain. And this is about our personal history in 2018.
It says more about the channel than anything else.
Because our personal history is the channel.
Yes,
Again,
I think we've established that already.
We don't really have lives outside of it that much, so this is basically what we're doing. So, would you like to... Well, one thing I need to bring up, and I hate addressing the elephant in the room,
I know, I lost the channel competition.
Kinda sorta did, in not exactly the closest fashion. Which, I won't even say that that's because, I'm like head and shoulders above you and just better than you in creating. It's just you're lazy.
It's because I'm lazier than you, obviously.
You're just not creating stuff. The one video you've uploaded, like somewhat, regular. Well, the one you've uploaded and left up, in 2018, like somewhat when the challenge started.
Yes.
Got 5,000 views.
Yes, which still does better than most of your videos,
Exactly.
I think.
It did pretty well. And it got you like 10 subs or something from that one video.
Yeah, I think it might actually be a bit more than that.
So it's not like you had no chance or anything. You could have easily also gotten to 500 subs this year.
Probably, maybe.
And I'm going to actually, in the next week's podcast, I'm going to offer you a new challenge, which I will refuse to let you refuse.
Okay.
Fun fact. And it's going to be related to that again. Because when you're working together on your destiny, that's when you got to push each other. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But I won the challenge. We had a challenge going about individual channels who could do better. And I hit 500 subs and
I think I had 20.
Like 50k views or more. You had 20 and like 5k
views. Yeah.
That's okay, but you could do better. And
I mean, most of all that with one video.
Yeah, that's pretty good still, right? Not all of my videos got that much. So yeah, that's exactly. Also, I'm glad in one way that it.
And I also want to point out that you predicted basically exactly that outcome.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm glad that it worked exactly. I said I was gonna outwork him. That's how I'm gonna win. I'm going to create more. I'm gonna put more hours into it. And it turned out that's what I did.
And initially, my strategy was to just upload more videos than you would, because I knew you were going to put more time into individual videos.
Yeah.
So I did, I wanted to play the Tavern Brawl every week in Hearthstone, and I wanted to review all the TV shows that I watch every
TV
week.
shows every day.
None of those formats really worked out that well.
Well, I didn't do it for long.
I didn't do it for that long, that's true. It turns out that individual episode reviews do better than the bunched together ones, which makes sense, I guess. And also, it's just kind of tough to keep up with that.
Yep.
Because all of that stuff, you have to do it basically right then and there, and you get like 1 or 2 days to record, plan and edit, and release it.
Working on a schedule is also what I noticed when I started doing NFL predictions. Sometimes it's really tough.
Because if you're just doing your quote-unquote random content, which of course isn't random, but it's not like let's say timeless content, or at least somewhat timeless.
Exactly.
You can do that whenever, right? So the way I'm doing my channel now, which has like, not that many videos, right? I can just make a video whenever I feel like it, which of course has a disadvantage that I don't have any pressure to do it right now, which is probably why I haven't done it that much.
Exactly.
But it also has the advantage that there's not that much pressure going into like having to record today because I need to edit it tomorrow, so that's gonna go up tomorrow night. Because that's how the TV things actually worked kind of like that, except that I could also record those in segments.
Yeah.
And the Tavern Brawl videos, I think, are literally released the day after the Tavern Brawl went live or something. So I basically had like 24 hours or something like that to record and edit those.
And upload it and get it all ready.
Well, I mean, the uploading time is
you gotta
negligible for me.
Also get it ready for, the YouTube stuff. But yeah.
Some of the metadata. So...
Working on a schedule.
That is a tough schedule to work with if you also have something else in your life, especially something
good thing I don't.
that might get in the way of that.
Yeah, getting married.
College,
like getting married in 2019.
No, but like.
I wonder how your workload is going to drop off once that happens.
But if I need to do that schedule, so I could, for example, do weekly uploads, but do stuff that isn't week dependent. Mm-hmm. And then I can, if I have a lot of time, I can record a few or work on a few videos, and then I can just release them staggered. And I don't have that amount of pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So, I see you're figuring something out there. You're getting kind of a plan out there to get that going again. But there, again, we should have a challenge for next year again, and we're going to get you to stay a little bit more consistent with that stuff. And then, for a lot more success, also with TrashcanTV. But again, no matter what happens, TrashcanTV is always going to be there.
Yes.
And being prioritized. And we're going to upload a lot.
You know what's another big thing that happened in 2018?
To you or generally?
To us relating to YouTube.
What?
We launched Chess Progress, the beginner's journey.
Yes, we did. JJ, oh yeah, that's also, that's one of the resolutions for you next year to get good at chess. But JJ is trying to start playing chess, which is a really cool game. I've been playing it for a long time, and I can tell you it's a pretty cool game. So I think you're gonna like it too once you start really getting into it, spending some time with that. That's your sort of thing. So
yeah, we just launched it at the end of the year.
So if you want to learn chess as well, maybe you're completely new to it.
It also means that at the end of 2019, we can actually decently talk about how much progress we made with that channel. How much progress I made with playing chess, that whole
recap at least 4 channels by then. That's pretty cool.
Because right now we basically are recapping 3 channels, but it's mainly TrashcanTV.
Yeah, because it's also going to upload it on TrashcanTV again.
Yeah, and it's also the only channel that we do together, really.
Yeah, and Chess Progress.
Well, but
starting.
The only one that we've been basically doing for the majority of the year.
2018, yes.
At least,
Exactly. So, yeah, we're going to have another challenge there. See what channel can perform the best in 2019. But I think, you want to talk about, goals a little bit, or is that for next?
Well,
I guess the, channel goals is for next one, but we can recap.
So, but we can definitely recap the ones from last year.
That is correct. You've prepared some of that.
Yes, actually. I have actually written those down. So, let's see.
We had goals. That's like a business meeting right now. Like you're pulling out a big ass graph and
these are our quarterlies
and briefing the room.
Well, it's not actually quarterly, but it's
but briefing the room about what went right, what went wrong.
So we both made predictions on what we expect our subscriber numbers and our view numbers to look like at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. We also have actually real numbers.
Yeah.
That are roughly accurate right now. So subscribers. You predicted 250.
250.
I said 300 to 400.
All right, you were right there.
We got around 360.
Yeah, so you were right there.
I'm basically spot on.
Yeah, that's
to
totally
be fair,
in the range.
Giving a range is a bit of a cop-out.
It's a close enough range for me to acknowledge it. If I had said somewhere between 100 and 10,000,
yeah, of course,
then I'm in the range. But 50 sub range.
It's also fairly close to the middle of the range.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think generally is what you were aiming for with the range.
Exactly. So I'll give you that. That was definitely a good call.
And then the other category that we talked about was total channel views. You said 100,000.
All right.
I said 150,000. We got just under 150,000.
So you also got that.
Yes.
That means I've been slightly underestimating.
Yes.
Are we gonna do the same thing next week, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, same predictions. You're gonna write them down.
Actually, did already write them down when I looked up the stats, but that is gonna have to wait for next season.
Oh, you write yours down already?
Yeah, I already wrote my predictions down.
What if, between now and next week, our channel explodes and millions of views show up?
Well, That is why I haven't revealed my predictions yet. I can alter them.
Just like start adding like a 0 to the end of it.
Yes.
We should about work out, right? I guess. Hey, make it happen. JJ locked in his. JJ's gonna lock in his predictions right now. If you want to help me out, get like 1 million people to watch videos or something like that.
It's not just the numbers that we should talk about.
Yeah.
We did some other stuff with the channel. We said at the beginning of I think it was at the beginning of 2018 when we said that we wanted to do daily uploads.
We basically held up to that.
Which we did for a while, yes.
Yeah.
It took us a good part into the year till we actually started doing that. I think we did the whole 7 videos a week thing before then as well.
Yeah, but it wasn't daily.
It wasn't technically daily. We did, some weeks we skipped the Hearthstone report because it just was nothing to talk about.
Sure.
And towards the very end of the year, we had some stuff where, first of all, we replanned a lot of our structural stuff, and then also I had a lot of pressure from college stuff, which meant that some uploads were delayed by a day or two, which led to a lot of holes in the schedule, which means that actually towards the end, I think we got closer to like 5 videos a week. Which is not bad by any means, but
that's a good rate. I think most people don't do that.
But yeah, so we did daily videos for a good chunk of the year.
I would consider that goal successful.
Yes, we are definitely gonna go back to the daily uploading schedule for 2019.
With the Hearthstone tournament coming up as well, there might be some more stuff.
That is another thing that I wanted to mention.
TrashcanTV Hearthstone Challenge.
We made multiple Hearthstone tournaments, small tournaments, that we released on the channel. And we have officially already announced the TrashcanTV Hearthstone Challenge 2019. Which is, now that I think about it, maybe not the best title because there might be multiple ones in 2019.
Yes.
Maybe one per expansion or something.
Open to anyone.
Yes, anyone can register. Well, register.
Register means that tell us you want to play and then you want to play.
For that, and then there is prizes to be won, and that will be, I think, a big centerpiece of TrashcanTV in 2019.
I hope so. I think that's a really cool idea.
So, I think that is the biggest things for 2018 that happened.
Alright.
Is there anything that you can think of that was, like, kind of big in 2018?
I think we kind of found our very much centerpiece in Hearthstone for the channel.
Yes.
Because we came in, we were doing a lot of other games as well. We were reviewing the graphs, and like doing all sort of stuff basically. Like when we started in 2018, we were still very much on the, you know, this one thing we should make a video about that, just anything. Right?
Yeah.
And we got a lot more Hearthstone centric and found our niche a little bit more, which is probably a good thing as well.
I mean, we're still doing Cookie Clicker.
Yeah, of course. Cookie Clicker is still
fair
staying.
Enough. We are still doing this podcast.
The podcast is also staying. I'm not giving up Cookie Clicker and not giving up the podcast.
We at some point came up with the ludicrous idea to have Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And then also dropped that idea again.
That again.
So that's that.
But Jared Emerson Johnson I still love.
Yes. So, yeah. I think thematically we've done a lot of progress.
I think so.
I think we redesigned our channel better once. We did one new channel intro.
Art has gotten a lot better, I think so.
We had a few new end cards.
End cards.
A new intro card.
It's the beginning and like the videos, like smoothness has gotten a lot better, I feel like.
So yeah. And you made a good point about the fact that we are now more focused than we were before.
Yes.
For sure.
But also what I think changed for the positive is community. I think like we've gotten some comments here and there. People talking about stuff like in Cookie Clicker Hearthstone. And that's actually one of the better things.
Yes,
that's appreciated a lot. So the more that happens,
I was about to say I think that still could improve a bit. But,
yeah, sure. But maybe we're trying to get more people involved with the tournament now with the Hearthstone Challenge.
Yeah, I think that was also one of the things that I thought was kind of disappointing in the past when we would upload like almost daily videos,
and you get like 2 comments a week or something,
and they would get like we would get like a few hundred views. Well, like let's say 100 views like a day or something, and we would get like virtually no comments.
Yeah, like 2 a week or 3 a week, something like that. Yes, but that's an appeal to you guys. Comment away if you're listening to that. always interact with us. We probably always have time for that. We're trying to make time for that as much as possible. Like, that's the centerpiece of YouTube, the viewers. So,
yes.
That's one of the priorities, definitely, that we also would like to focus on. So yeah, thanks to everyone watching, by the way. Just as much of a part as the creators, which is us. So we're not just trying to toot our own horns here. Everyone watching,
I mean,
great job.
At the end of the day, maybe even more so than us.
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, it wouldn't work, right?
Because it also shows us like what kind of content people watch, what upvotes we get, what downvotes, and even more so comments, of course.
Yes.
Helps us show which direction is good, which direction is bad.
Opinions are the most important thing.
Reminds me of something, not necessarily 2018, but we did the Golden Pack openings in 2017. That video, the first one, got a lot of views because we just happened to have some good timing there. Mm-hmm. But we did get some comments where people were saying that the style was too slow, and we did then, for the second one, cut that down a bit more.
And basically for every pack opening.
Yeah, and I was about to say, and after that we also recorded them differently.
And they just got a lot better. But as a fact.
They also got less successful because the timing has never been as perfect, but I mean that's
better. So
that's not anyone's fault in particular, but we got criticism and we improved based on that.
That's why that's the most important thing. Whenever there's something to point out, point it out. Especially even if it's negative, specifically then that's good because that helps us improve.
I mean, of course, it's also helpful if you like a certain aspect of the video,
of course.
And you point that out because then we know to do more of that.
Exactly. That way we know that this is pretty good. So yeah, shout out to everyone watching. Appreciate it.
I think 2018 was the year when we really solidified the channel.
Yeah, probably. I guess we could say we'll probably be sitting here in 2019 and more stuff happened and we're going to say the same thing.
Maybe.
But that's the idea of getting better every year, right? Like, we're never gonna regress as long as we keep doing it.
But 2017 was just, hey, we have a YouTube channel, let's make YouTube videos.
Yeah, and then 2018 is like...
And 2018 is like, hey, we have a gaming channel.
Yeah, so
let's do Hearthstone videos and some other game every now and again.
Exactly. So that's actually good. I think the competition also helped with that. We're kind of getting our other different interests off this channel.
Yeah,
like we did NFL predictions together on this channel. And we did like Rick and Morty reviews and Graps reviews and all that together on this channel. So now we have those separated for the niche topics.
Yeah.
That more concern only one of us. So this music reference. We haven't done a lot of music references over the last while. Need to get back on that. New Year's resolution. I'm writing that down.
I'm not sure if that's necessarily a bad thing.
You think it's not a bad thing? You don't want me to write that down?
Well, okay, so sure, it's funny.
Yeah.
At least to us.
On the podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say, because the other thing is that a lot of our viewers will probably not share our musical taste.
Yeah, that's true. But that's what the podcasts are for. Podcasts are for the hardcore fans.
Yeah, podcasts are also for us to just talk about whatever we feel like.
And count the weeks we've been doing YouTube.
Yes.
That's the main reason we do podcasts.
No, I mean, also, podcasts are our least viewed series.
Yeah.
And that's fair enough. Like, I don't expect everyone who is interested in seeing the cool Hearthstone decks we come up with or the crazy shenanigans that happens in the games to then sit down for like an hour and watch us ramble about completely random bullshit.
Exactly. Music quizzes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, which songs do you like better?
Yeah.
And they don't know any of the songs we're talking about.
Yeah, Dwight Clark caught a football.
He's like, whatever.
That sort of stuff, right? Yeah, of course. But hey, podcasts are fun to do. We're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, it's a fun format to do.
Yeah, it's a brand.
And it's actually, it goes into what you said before as well.
And I think it did a really good job with the art. With the background.
Yes.
Just saying.
I think it's one of the very few pieces of art that's still around.
Still one of the best ones we've always had. I like it a lot.
But it also goes into what you said before with, we got something else as an outlet for all the random stuff.
Exactly.
Because if we didn't have the podcast, we might be tempted to do more random videos.
Yeah, we'd be polluting the other videos. Exactly.
Like, Table for 3.
Yeah, Table for 3. Tale of Two Kings. This is kind of our, like exhaust pipe sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is our garbage disposal.
Yeah, exactly. So,
which doesn't mean you shouldn't watch this.
Yeah. This is the trash can of the trash can.
I mean, this is also kind of us unfiltered.
Yeah.
Not to say that we necessarily... It's not like we play characters for the other shows or something, but, stuff gets cut out to make the video more concise.
Yeah. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on.
And it's very much... The video is there to show a certain thing.
Yeah, like in the
certain Hearthstone deck, we want to talk about the news relating to Hearthstone. Yeah. We want to show you this game, that game, and this is just us.
Yeah, this is
talking.
just behind the scenes almost. Like in the Hearthstone videos, you only get to see the showtime. You're not gonna see the behind the scenes. Us in the dressing room getting ready. The buffet being pulled up, the dudes walking around backstage. The makeup and all that, the coordination guys with clipboards. That doesn't.
So that's what's going to be happening in 2019?
Yeah, it's going to be happening. We get in the holidays.
Catering?
Catering would be a hell of a thing during recording sessions, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That would be fantastic. Like, we can need to get a catering in the office. We also need to get an office to then get catering in. But that's future plans, though. So if you want to support any of that, of course, liking and commenting is free, and subscribing.
That sounds totally like you were going to go into
appreciate that stuff.
If you want to support any of that,
yeah,
support our Patreon, which
we don't even have a Patreon.
No, but that seems to be a stereotypical thing.
Yeah,
and don't think for 1 second that we won't have a Patreon once.
Okay.
Once it becomes
my principle on that is that I will not have a Patreon unless I have to have one in order to continue producing the way we do. We're currently in college. We both live at home with our parents.
Yes.
We can without financial support from you, we can produce the way we are doing right now.
Yeah, but the idea is that once we are done with college, we either need to get a job or be able to live off YouTube.
Yes.
And to get a job and do YouTube is definitely possible.
Yeah.
But only to a degree.
Yeah. You would never do Patreon just to get free money from people. Like, it's an idea to you still getting paid for the work that you do.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And I'll only accept that when I actually am doing, like, I actually need that pay for that work that I do.
But I don't think we can feasibly work full-time jobs and then do daily plus videos.
That would be tough. That is true.
And
but right now there's no
at some point there has to be a decision point.
Yeah, of course.
And that is also why I would really like it if we got our YouTube channel monetized again, and did get a decent-ish amount of money by the time I'm done with college, because then we can be like, okay, maybe it's worth focusing all of our efforts into here, get some, like the advertiser contracts and product placement links or whatever they're called.
So 1,000 subs is kind of that next hurdle for us in that regard.
Of course, but 1,000 subs is nice because then we are getting some payment.
Yes.
But I think it needs to go towards the direction of seeing that it's a good amount to then be like, okay,
of course.
Now let's figure out how we can make more money off of this without needing to increase the views, because that's the obvious thing. And then, if we can then theoretically live off of that, then we can focus on this full time and actually increase the quality, at least, maybe even the quantity of our content, even more than it is right now.
I wouldn't be opposed to that, honestly, And this is not to imply, by the way, that this whole YouTube thing is a scheme concocted to somehow make free money without getting jobs or anything by us. This is just thinking into the future and hoping to do that stuff, right?
I mean as a lot of bigger YouTubers have said before, people always think that making YouTube videos is just a fun thing to do, and then, oh my god, all of a sudden you're making a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of time and effort going into this. And I said, we could not do this alongside a full-time job the way we're doing it right now.
No, it's way too much work. Like this, we damn near spend a regular day's worth of work on YouTube every day, or at least part-time. It's like a part-time job sort of thing.
Yeah.
Time-wise, and it actually is.
And
like I'd argue 20, depending on what I'm doing for my own channel, between 20 and 40 hours a week. Focus work.
I couldn't tell you right now. Lately, it's weird. The last 2 or 3 weeks has been kind of not a lot to do for me. But like when we were doing the tournaments, that was a lot of work for me because I basically single-handedly edited most of that stuff. That
is a lot of work. And now you know how I feel on a daily basis.
Yeah, of course. And then, of course, there's also always like prepping stuff for the thing, trying to figure out the schedule, doing all the metadata stuff, uploading the videos.
It's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But it's fun to do, and we're going to continue doing it as long as we have fun.
Yeah, of course.
Which I don't see that ending.
And have the time to do it.
And have the time to do it.
Is the thing where the jobs might get in.
And you getting married next year.
Definitely.
That's a fact. I'm going to roll with that now. That's canon. We're going to keep that up. I think that's a topic, man. We should do the songs of the week and then we should sign off for the year.
Yeah.
Release everyone into the freedom of their own personal life.
I kind of got off topic there for a bit.
A little bit. But
hey, I mean, this stuff is important, okay?
Yeah, it is.
Because I want to do this as a job.
I want to do that too.
I don't think that's realistic the way it's going right now, but I want to do this.
But we just keep getting better. We're going to talk more about that next week, though, with the aspirations and all that. So, what is your song of the week, finally? To bring it back.
Let's see, what would be very dramatic? Let's go with the song that...
Walking on Sunshine.
No.
It's a terrible song.
Let's go with a song that I've... Actually, it's one of those songs that I knew existed, but it was for some reason never on my radar until recently.
Alright.
And it's also a really famous song, too.
Maybe it's just bad radar.
The problem is, you barely hear it, and then if you hear it once, and then you forget that you wanted to maybe add that to your playlist, and then, you don't hear it for another 2 years or something.
It's not Let Me Entertain You Again, right?
No, it's not.
Right. Which one is it?
It's Live and Let Die by Guns N' Roses.
Oh, I know that song.
Of course you know that song. Everyone knows that song.
I have that song, too. You didn't have that?
I didn't have that song, no.
That's weird. I thought, that's a stable song. I have that, always had it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I just, for some reason, never had that. Huh. That's one of those, right?
It just might be in the folder that I gave you a few weeks back. Or a month or two.
Don't think so, but I'm not sure. But no, it's like, it's one of those, right? Those exist. Yeah. Like, the songs that you should, for all purposes, have.
Absolutely.
But you just, for some reason, never got them.
That's weird.
That's one of those for me.
But that's cool. My song of the week is going to be Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix.
Fair enough.
Jim. I think it's pretty good. I like it. I think All Along the Watchtower is probably the best Jimi Hendrix song.
I would agree.
But Purple Haze is worth mentioning, and sometimes you gotta go back to the good old days. So thank you for listening to this episode of Trash Talk Podcast. Once again, if you're at this point right now, you're a hardcore fan. So we appreciate that stuff. And drop a like, subscribe to TrashcanTV Gaming, and support us for the next year. We appreciate that. And JJ.
That's it?
That's it.